Good morning world from the little town of Salvation here on Siargao Island. We are out exploring some new areas today on the island. We've just stayed the night in a very native Kubo style wooden house. And right now we're just checking out the neighbourhood and the community. There is some coconut shells drying on the road here. I think that process is called copra, or those shells are called copra, where they squeeze them down and get the oil out of them. I stand by what I said in yesterday's video about this area. So far it is lovely. It is so quiet and peaceful. And all the roads leading into the town have been concreted, so they're well mained. There's lots of banana trees as well.
It seems strange really for the roads to be so well done when they don't really lead anywhere. There's no hotels here or shops or restaurants, nothing. It just kind of leads to an end here and that's it. And
this area is about 25 minutes to 30 minutes outside of the main town of Jmayel. So we're just taking a slow drive right now through the area. A few little Kubos on the hills. And there does seem like there's a lot of space around here, doesn't there?
Yeah, in terms of neighbours, you basically don't have any.
Yeah, very cute little house there. And despite how rural and very quiet it all seems out here, everywhere is fully connected with electricity. The wires are really discreetly placed. You don't instantly see it.
Do you remember sometimes when we were in Thailand or in Burma, the wires were so messy that it's all you could see. Out here, it just blends into the top of the trees. And also internet. I didn't mention this in the last video we made, but it's well connected around here because they've got a smart and a globe tower. So even with just your regular internet signals, you get good quality signal here.
So we have actually left the little barangay of Salvation now. We're in the next town along, and here we are. Here's some messy wires.
Wire tree.
A wire tree. A small shop there. And just like that, we're now leaving the town of Mabuhay. They're very small little barangays, aren't they?
Tiny. One thing that you definitely don't get from this area is the sound of the sea. You can see it, of course, but it is just too far away to hear, which is something that I would miss, but that really is a luxury. The idea of having a property or a piece of land that had sea next to it, it would be a dream for most people anyway. But there are definitely lots of elements here that we like a lot. It definitely doesn't look like the kind of place that's going to develop very fast, which means that you could be in this perfect kind of quiet isolation for a long time, which would be the ideal situation if you're building a home. I've been speaking to a few people about the future plans for Siargao, what's going to happen on this beautiful island, and of course people are developing, so that means that more tourists will come, more people will want to invest here, build here, so you have to be quite smart about your future plans. In that respect, this area down here in Jmayel is going to be the first to get developed big, and then after that things will start to trickle upwards, but you can never truly plan it all. I mean, right now we're not in Jmayel, we're in the same region as where we live. As the crow flies, we are so close to where we currently live, but by roads it just so happens to be closer to GL. In terms of looking at this house and its neighbourhood and community, there are actually a few other houses on the same land. I wouldn't say it's on this land, but it is right next door. And they actually share a communal swimming pool. So we are allowed to go up there and use that swimming pool while staying in this house. But the other houses are very different to where we are currently staying. So if it's possible, we may go and stay in one of the other houses in the future to see what it's like to be on the same land, but in a different build. I can smell lunch cooking. There's holes in the floorboards, so the smell from the kitchen is coming into the bedroom. Let's see what's on the table. What have you got for lunch there, Story?
The quinoa, sweet corn, onion, black beans, and something else that I don't know. What is this?
I'm not sure. What does it taste like?
A tree.
A tree?
Yeah.
It's coriander, Mum says.
It tastes like a tree.
It's lovely. I like coriander.
Tastes like a tree.
Trees are nice. Look at that mound of tricolour quinoa. Looking good. How long did that take to cook?
About almost an hour.
Would you say it was longer cooking in a native kitchen than at home?
A little bit, only because I know where everything is at home, and I know I did bring all my utensils that I need and things like that, so yeah, it did take a little bit longer.
But it's nothing to do with the kitchen itself.
No. Actually,
Let me taste it first. No. I don't like that. No. Who's that coming out of the bushes? Hello, Story. This is the communal swimming pool area. Story actually came for a swim in here yesterday.
Cooler, Mum.
Does it be cooler?
Get some coolness on my feet.
Coolness on your feet. There's a nice breeze coming through, isn't there? Oh, hot?
Is it hot?
Really? I'm not sure when the last time this pool was used, apart from Story swimming in it the other day. Hello, doggy. Hello, sweet pup. Would you like a stroke? Come here. Aww, I want to stroke you. You didn't trust me, Story. Ran away. Doggy. This is nice up here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a nice addition to be able to have this little extra pool area as well.
Yeah, when we first started looking at this property that we're staying in on Airbnb, there was like a drone shot and it showed the houses quite far apart from each other. When you actually come up here, they look quite close together, like one little unit. But then that house we're staying in is actually the furthest away. It's got the most privacy.
Yeah, and the best view as well,
Yeah,
actually.
I definitely think it's got the best view. These houses here, they've got a lovely view as well, but it's not as unobstructed as that one. It does look like they're building another property here in the front as well. And that is one fear that I have of buying land or renting land to build on, is that you need to make sure that no one's going to ruin the dream that you initially had, you know, 10 years, 20 years before the project, after the project begins, someone's going to build in front of you.
Steal your view.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not what you want to happen.
Definitely not. That's why having something on the beachfront is like kind of perfect, because no one can build in the sea.
Yeah, I mean, Jay and I are talking about this now because getting our own place is a real possibility and something that we definitely want to work towards this next coming year, but we're not going to rush into anything. This is going to be a long process for us because we've never owned a property before. This will be our first house in a way, our first build or our first property together. Yeah, exactly. That is ours, so we want to make sure that we're looking for the right thing, you know, in the right area, because when we do it, it is going to be done probably once, you know. It's going to be our house.
I don't think I'll want to do a build again after. I would want to just buy something, because a lot of people talk about how much stress it can be to do your first build, especially when you don't know how the builders work and what kind of materials you can get. So we are spending the time to learn from everybody's mistakes, and we're going to gather contractors that are well trusted and that have time, because if you get a contractor that's like the best, they often don't have the time.
They haven't got any time to do your job, you know, there's waiting lists and stuff, so it's all stuff that we're thinking about, and that's what this kind of idea of these videos coming up are going to be about, you know, looking around at different areas and the pros and cons of each place, and whether that would be a good place to build a house or not, because someone's building a house there, and you know, there's lots to think about. It gives us additional reasons to be travelling around in the island as well, and staying in hotels rather than just doing a house tour or a hotel tour. It's going to be more focused on how it fits into our life in the future. One thing, and probably my favourite thing about where we have just stayed, is having the outside deck, the outside terrace area. That is something that I miss having, is a place where you can be outside in the nice moments of the day, but you're also in your house, so you don't feel like you have to kind of prepare, you know, to go outside or to take food outside. It's just all there. So I like that they have that extension of the house, and it's the outside, and it's also your living area as well. I like that. So that's something that I definitely would like to have, is a nice outside terrace. Are you doing your own building work down there?
I'm making something for Mum.
Yeah? Nice little treasure. Oh, I think I know what it's going to be, Sash. I think it's going to be a heart. Am I wrong? Oh, it's changing shape. Need a few more rocks, yeah?
I need more rocks again.
I was right.
I'm not finished yet.
Yeah, I know, but I think I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
What did you make for Mum?
Aww.
Very nice. Very sweet of you.
Thank you.
And
Cuddle.
I'm not finished yet.
Okay, you keep working. Are you going to fill it up? Sacha and I have travelled a lot over the last 20 years, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been all over the place, India and lots of different countries, stayed in all kinds of properties and different levels. And one thing I've always said about the whole native house thing is I love the idea of it, but as part of my actual home, I'd rather it was just outside.
Yeah.
The deck was native style,
Yeah.
but the inside of the house, I want it to be secure, sealed from bugs.
Yeah.
Then last night alone, Story got so many bug bites. You got bitten to death, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I woke up about 3 AM and my hands just felt like they were on fire, but I couldn't see anything. But I could feel these tiny little bumps all over. I think ants.
Yeah, it might be ants.
In my hands.
There's ants everywhere.
I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was just like, ah! It was really painful, and on my back, and yeah, it was a lot of bug bites.
Yeah. And it's the nature of that type of house.
Yeah.
You can't seal
There's nothing
it.
you can do about it, because the ants are there. The ants are always going to be there. You know.
Exactly.
There's always going to be a hole somewhere, even if you do try and seal it off, something like that. It's slats of wood, so they're always going to get in.
Yeah, they come somewhere else. Yeah. So I mean, for the type of life that we live, the comfort level we want, to be able to store my food without it being eaten. Actually, our bananas got devoured by something. I came downstairs this morning, I had a bunch of bananas on the top of the fridge, and 3 of them had been eaten by something big. I don't know what it was, probably a rat. I got in and just devoured the bananas.
That it might have been a house mouse.
You think it's a house mouse, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something mousy.
Some mice are called a house mouse.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it, sorry.
That's alright, that was good.
Oh, Story, what did you like best about where we just stayed, about the house?
With everything.
Yeah, what was the best part about it though?
The best part was when it was the end.
I didn't expect her to say that.
You kids say the funniest things. But one thing I have noticed, that Story is up for anything.
Okay.
Yeah. If we said that we're going to stay in another house like this, or we're just going to sleep on the beach, and say, yeah, let's do it. Alright, so Story has just said she wants this experience to end. So we are going to get back in the car and head back to our house. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little bit about what the experience is going to be like for us and for anybody else coming to do something similar. And we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.